Hey Brian, I'm looking at your code and I'm actually pretty impressed with what you have done with the limited time. So just see a few things that I think you can improve on. So um, let's look at the HTML. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So I think it's always good to kind of see, this is the end of the division, right? This is the end of the division for top nav. I think for something like this, sometimes it's nice to put a comment top nav like this. And then I see that we're missing UL. I think you probably wanted to do something like that, right? So HTML validation, I think that would help. This is the end of logo header. So just do things like this. Okay, so this division, it's hard to know which division that's supposed to close. It's closing that one, right? The search bar, right? So I think it's good to do something like this. Put spacing so that we can. Okay, so that is supposed to be, because this looks like this is closing this division. I guess you're really trying to close left nav 1, right? So I would do something like this. Okay. Because then we can know that this division is closing this division is closing that one, right? And then we can put another comment, end of left nav 1. Okay, so I think your HTML is looking pretty good. CSS, one thing that I would recommend, and again, you don't have to do this, but I think it looks better, and this is something that I'm trying to push everyone to do. Okay, so this is part of the top nav. So notice how everything just being kind of, all aligned to the left. It's kind of overwhelming. Now imagine that you finish this and there are tons of IDs and CSS. This can look, very crowded, right? So I would kind of indent that like that just to indicate that this is part of the top nav. New customer, same thing. Okay. Search bar 1, 2. And I'm seeing a lot of codes that are repeating, like display inline. Well, display inline I think is fine. I feel like there is a way that you could group some of these. I see a lot of CSS files. I think there is a way that you can probably minimize the lines of code on the CSS by creating some different classes or things like that. Okay, so again, I would do something like that. Okay. So this one, for example, okay, well, I guess that's okay. So yeah, indentation. So let's look at this a little bit more. So search bar 1, search bar 2. So maybe the naming convention, we can also be a little bit more careful. For example, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think you're just, building urgency with time. But I think you were really close to passing. If you finish some of these things and then if you added tabs, jQuery tabs, I would have passed you. So I would say you were pretty dang close to passing. So just study up, finish the 4 CSS assignment, and then make sure you validate your code. Make sure you place the end of division on the proper place, and indent the CSS and see if there are reusable things like lines that repeat that you can maybe group into like a class, and so forth. So for example, font family, I don't know if you already declared font family Arial. I don't know if you're using things that are not Arial. If everything is all Arial, then for example you can just put that in the body, right? And wherever it says like font family Arial, we can delete it because Arial, because we're just using Arial, right? So for example, I can remove that. So this is how we make the CSS cleaner, right? We can remove that. Alright, sounds good, but you did generally pretty good. Alright, keep up the good work, Brian. And thanks for your comments yesterday. Really appreciated it. Okay, bye-bye.